inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly. on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I lie to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Okay, that should have been it. Everyone's had their dose of Snake Eater. HLO is doing good. How's everyone else doing? Did anyone else know you can fuck around with the colours on this bit and speed up and slow it down? My voice is a little low. Okay. How is that? Is my voice a little louder for you? Is this the same on the Vita? Honestly, the Vita version is the worst version to play this game. Just sitting in the back garden. I would sit in the back garden, but the fucking trees are trying to kill me. Have you seen the pollen count? But yeah, what I was saying before when my voice was a little low apparently. Did you know you could fuck around with these colours and speed up and slow down? Loving first Kingdom Hearts stage, but Atlantica stage can burn to the ground. Oh, wait till you get to the the Atlantica stage on Kingdom Hearts 2. It's annoying. Never knew that. Yeah. Not many people did. Okay. If I could find out where my copy of the PS2 version is, I would have streamed that. So I could have played around with the Snake versus Ape, since this doesn't have it. And you also don't get the dream sequence in the prison. But yeah, guys, I will be going through the entire Metal Gear series in chronological order. But after this one, do people want me to skip straight to Peace Walker or play Portable Ops? Because I do enjoy Portable Ops. I think that is a very underrated game in the series. Stay hydrated! Drink of choice today is Dr. Pepper. Let's be honest, Metal Gear Solid 1's the best. Yeah, I'm going to play Portable Ops. It does introduce certain characters. Oh, well, since my videos can't get monetized yet because I'm not a partner. There be some crazy people out at the minute, all huddled together in groups and all that. You're going to skip Chain of Memories. If you've got a way, play the Game Boy Advance version. That is the best way to play Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Going to watch only Black Mage's videos. Hey, if I've got a choice of watching and playing, I'll always rather play it. Like I've recently picked up again Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus because I just want to play the games again.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
I don't think you can simply break down Kingdom Hearts though. It's one of those complicated stories that I've not seen anyone on YouTube do a good job of doing Kingdom Hearts. Actually, in my opinion. But when you see people talk about Kingdom Hearts, they gloss over a lot of fucking information.
Approaching release point. 10 minutes to drop off. Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
If they do anything else Metal Gear, they've got to bring back David Hayter.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
Well, they did bring Snake back for
You'll be
Smash.
falling at 130 miles per hour.
David Hayter back
Try not to
for
get
Smash
frostbite
and
from the
also
windshield.
Bomberman, I believe.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
If you want a really good hard boss fight, yes.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I think it's in Sephiroth and
Spread your
Kingdom
wings
Hearts
and
2
fly.
where they
God
do
be
it.
with you.
Do you plan on playing Birth by Sleep?
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well,
And Fangirl, what are you doing in the back garden?
About
Just
2 years
soaking
ago-
up the sun.
a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken.
I didn't
The
have
rocket that
that
carried
much of a
Yuri
problem with
Gagarin to
Leon
orbit
versus
was the
Yuka.
A1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most
But you play on the
responsible
Xbox
for
One, and
multi-engine
I honestly don't think the
cluster
Xbox
used in
controller is
that
made for
rocket.
them sort of games.
After
just don't
Gagarin's
enjoy it.
flight, Sokolov left
Fuck
rocket
it, I don't enjoy the
development
Xbox controller in the
become the head
slightest.
of the newly established design
The
bureau.
system is okay.
From a lowly technician to head
It
of
is
the
my
design
Game Pass
bureau,
machine,
That's quite a
but
success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become
I've
afraid of his
rebought
own
a lot of
creations.
games
Afraid.
on the
Call it a
PlayStation,
crisis
just
of
so I can play it on the
conscience.
PlayStation.
And for that, he left his country
the
and his
controller.
family behind and went over the fence?
I may
Not
get a
exactly.
decent
One of
third-party
his
controller.
conditions
So.
was that his family was
I've seen the
also
Super
to be
Nintendo
taken
one by
safely to
Hypik,
the
and that was
west.
pretty cool.
We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
For everyone who has played Metal Gear, I'm curious, what's your favorite game in the
October the
series?
16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles.
Oh, damn
on
right,
Cuba.
the Xbox One controller is a huge step down. It
President
doesn't feel as
demanded the Soviets
ergonomic.
dismantle and remove the missiles. At
The
same time, he
D-pad's
announced a
atrocious,
naval
but
blockade to
Xbox
prevent
never really
further
had a good
missile
D-pad.
shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet
What I've
forces
heard
went
is
on
the
alert for an all-out nuclear war.
Xbox One
Frantic
Series X is
negotiations
going to be
were conducted
closer to
through the UN's Emergency
316
Security
feel.
Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th,
Metal Gear Solid 3 all the way.
the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the
Other than
world avoided
5,
a
this is my
nuclear
least
holocaust.
favorite numbered one in the series.
But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No.
I like the
Jupiter
game,
IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid
but
of them anyway.
this is
They had no strategic
inventory
value whatsoever to either the US or the
management
Russians.
for me.
The Turkey deal was a ruse, a
Gear
cover
Solid
story
3 is
that was
HLO's
fed to the
favourite.
other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Phantom Pain's fun to play, but
Sokolov.
the entire game's a chore.
They wanted us
It shouldn't
to
have gone
return
open world and
Sokolov.
episodic
You
mission
mean
based.
the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
I'm just going to be the hipster and push up my
What the
glasses.
hell
and go,
was he working on?
well, yeah, I'm not Metal Gear
At the
Solid
time,
1.
we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war.
In fact, Metal Gear
In
Solid
the end,
4
we
has to
had
be up
no
there.
choice.
4 in terms of
Kennedy
story,
gave in to Khrushchev's demand.
but you don't play Metal Gear
The
Solid
next
4,
day,
you watch
I got
it.
Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yask, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
I know when it comes to Peace Walker and, in fact, no. Ops, Peace Walker, and Phantom Pain, I'm gonna have to play a lot of that off screen to grind. Raw materials and shit.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon
You're gonna
and pull
put
it up.
yours on.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the
Yeah, what?
theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
I know if you pick, I like Metal Gear Solid 2, you wear the Raidenovich mask.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other.
Game.
Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful.
Hey, One Eye,
you
how's
might
it
not have
going?
a choice.
What about you, Major?
Papa
What
Fool
should I
now.
call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
Ground control.
This will be a
to
sneaking
Major
mission.
Tom.
You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
So, One Eye, one of the questions
No
is,
problem. I
for
can
people
see it
who've
from
played
here.
this series, what is
Stuck
everyone's
on a
favourite
branch.
Metal Gear?
To
So
climb
far,
a
3
tree,
seems to be
stand in
everyone's
front of the
favourite.
tree that's
I'm in the
covered in ivy
minority.
and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you.
3's your
If you
favourite
need
too.
to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Yeah. Hey. There we go. There's nothing wrong with not liking 5. Trust me. Hey, where is it? Five's more than a hit and miss. Five's a... I'm just salty about 5. A game that had a lot of potential, they fucked it over. Because Kojima never finished the game. He didn't want to finish the game. If you got the collector's edition, you got that... Yes, only Big Boss. But if anyone got the collector's edition of Metal Gear Solid 5, you got that bonus disc which showed you what should have happened. And it's kind of like, oh, so there's an entire fucking act that we missed out on. I think I'm more salty about buying the fucking collector's edition. And if I play bad, I am blaming it on the fact that I have this really cheap and nasty PS3 controller replacement.
I see
Since
you've retrieved
apparently
your backpack,
all of
Snake.
my controllers do not work.
To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose weapon from the backpack. Your available
And if you
weapons
saw the
will be
Japanese
displayed in
collector's
a window
edition
in the upper
between
left. From that list,
what they
choose
got
the
and what we
weapon
got,
you
they
want
got
to
a full
equip
fucking
and
arm.
press the enter button.
Replica.
For other equipped
We got a
items,
piddly little
just do the
piece of
same
fucking
thing from
plastic.
item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly.
I am going to
Keep an
try
eye
and
on your
trank all the
stamina so you
bosses
don't
so I
run
get all
out.
the outfits, I know that.
To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only
Which is
weapon
going to
a
make
Mark
the
22 hush puppy
boss fight with the
tranquilizer
end
gun.
really fucking annoying.
That's right. It's been
Because I
fitted
don't
with
have
its
the
own
easy
suppressor.
gun.
However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue.
Only on the end.
The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm
Yeah, you have to
afraid
hold up
so.
the end for his
You'll be
camo.
given a fake death bill for that purpose.
The fear you
SIS
have to
guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert
trank
ops
him
like this
and
one
he'll try and get
issued a
food.
potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need
And
it.
you have to pick that up before
How
you can eat it.
generous of you.
The Fury's not
Use
too
it
hard.
if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you
The
into
pain's
a state
annoying.
of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful.
Yeah.
If you remain in a state of false death
That's
for too
the
long,
only stipulation I'm
able to
putting on
bring you
this
back.
playthrough. I want to
Remember
get
that.
all the boss camos.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't
And I want to
count
hold
on
up
any
people so I can...
reinforcements.
Don't kill me.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax.
The fear
There's a
is
support team
hilariously
ready to back
easy.
you up over the radio.
Who?
I always
I'll
kill
introduce
the
them to you.
end before
This time,
boss fight.
survival is of utmost
Now,
importance.
I've
First
done that
member of the
before.
support team will be in charge of
And it's
monitoring
been
your
there, done that. I
physical
prefer having
condition,
the camo.
acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
Yeah, Desiree,
Hello,
took
Snake.
some
I'm
meds just
paramedic.
before the stream,
Nice to
so
meet
I
you.
feel a bit snippily.
Paramedic.
But I'm not doing too
As
bad.
a medic who comes in by
And
parachute.
stop calling me a 2220.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
And
Her name
I
means
appreciate the
nothing on
like.
battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.7G.
But I'm not enjoying the fact that I sent you that, what
She's
Pollen
also in charge of
forecast is going to
recording
look
your
like
mission
for me
data.
for the next
Whenever you want to save,
week.
send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving
Yeah,
as
if you shoot
Fox's
his bird at
mission
the very
advisor.
beginning.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were
The
at
end can't,
SAS
no
together.
issues much, but
Jack, is that you?
I
How
usually
many years has it been?
Boss?
That's
eat
right.
the bird.
It's me.
Just like, haha, fuck you. Yeah,
to me.
apparently
Let me hear your voice.
it's going to be a month for
It's
that
been
shit.
5 years,
And I've only got
72
enough meds
days,
to
and
last me
18
maybe a week
hours.
or two.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
You got to try this game.
Really?
It's not a game, it's
Well,
a
I don't
movie
know
that you
anything
interact
about
with.
you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from
That's
someone
what I
else
do.
is
I
technique.
eat his bird.
In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't
But
teach
if
you
you
how to
spend
think.
too much time in first
You'll
person
just
looking
have
for
to
him,
figure
he'll
it out
knock you
for
out.
yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers
Yeah,
are on the
right,
same
bird.
side right
Yeah,
now
knock you out and take you back to the
doesn't mean
prison.
they
Okay.
always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face
Enjoy,
on the
guys.
battlefield.
Okay.
And
Desiree,
politics
send
are
you
a
a booty
living
call later.
thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do
Rather
with
read
you.
books than
I already
stay.
told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You are a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done.
Desiree's so mean.
I don't
Cares
think
more
about
books than her
politics.
friends.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose
with
whether you're going
everything
to
that
live
happens,
as a
yeah.
soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president
say
and the
that
top
about
brass
Trump,
won't be there
though,
forever.
Snake?
Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no
And
point in
it is
believing
true
in
that
anything,
out of this,
even in those we love.
well, this game,
And that's the way a
the
soldier's
boss
supposed
is
to
the
think.
hero.
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake.
Call me
It suits
Snake.
you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Snake,
Yeah,
try to remember the
I can't think of
basics
anyone else
CQC.
I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes,
It's good to hear your voice again.
same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Yeah, seeing a game about the
Not to
early
worry.
days
I'll
of
be here to help you remember.
the Cobra
After
unit
all,
would
this
be
is your
pretty cool.
first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my
I
advice
don't
on battle
have an Audible
techniques.
subscription.
Gotcha.
I just
Your mission
use
is to
my
retrieve
Alexa
Dr.
as a Bluetooth
Sokolov.
speaker. Plenty of audiobooks on
Dr.
YouTube.
Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone
damn.
see you. Don't forget.
This has
that
been going
is
for
a
37
stealth
minutes.
mission.
I've played like a minute. Okay.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
But, yeah, seen a game about the Cobra unit. I'd like to see from the formation to the disbanding.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Or maybe to the point where Adamska is taken away from her. Huh. Control to fail to sleep yet again. Dun. But in that, would you play as any of the members of the Cobra unit? Or as the boss? Oh, fuck. Didn't see you then, you cunt. I think it's when you come back here later where you get the bug spray. I'm trying to think the last time I had. Wait. You will come in handy. Thinking what alligator burgers I had.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
Well, there was a way around that. You just
47s
fucked around with the clock on
grenades.
your PlayStation.
Snake,
Like, how many
your
days
presence
could you
in
set your
Soviet
clock forward on your
territory is
PS2
already
to
a
make the
violation
entire
of
old age?
international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited.
God damn,
Don't
I
engage them in
fucking
battle
feel so
either.
congested.
This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The uniform option lets you
Okay, I'm
pick
skipping this because that's literally telling me how to change my camouflage. I stream between 2 and 3 hours. I would actually like to play some game. That's the bug juice. I thought the bug juice was in a different place. Or ah. Freeze.
Freeze! No, wait!
Stop checking. Stop checking. Huh. Didn't mean to do that. Dance.
Huh? Who was that?
Don't kill me.
I think I saw something. Huh? Who was that? What was that? What was that? Nothing here. What's wrong?
Is that the thermal goggles? Yep. I can't remember what the thing with the frogs and the chickens is. I know it's a mascot for something, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what it is right now. Darling, no vodno. Wait, isn't this where... Yeah, I remember this.
Huh? I hear something.
Wait, oh, there it is.
There's nothing. Huh?
Oh, sorry, that was fun.
Patrol here. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Ah, no, get back in there, get back in there. Get, no, Snake. No.
Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
How are you not gone? There you go. I don't want to do how many other push-ups it is to get.
Who's that?
Damn it. Wasn't close enough. Is it really heartless? They could have easily survived that fall. Yeah, this is the place where they're keeping Sokolov.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight.
You do have a
sentries posted around the perimeter.
good point there, One Eye.
I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful.
Those people on that
Your
bridge.
mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must
Only
not
one
be
of them was
exposed to
asleep.
any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Okay. Oh, that hit him.
Guess my imagination.
Go to sleep. Is it now or later when I get that face mask? Oh, fuck.
Who's that?
This is HQ.
Damn it.
Reinforcements.
I'm doing so well. Oh, yeah, because I've got to go in my fucking backpack. What's that? Oh, you're doing well. Two people each other. Make them go flying.
We've lost sight of the enemy. He's definitely here somewhere. Flush him out.
I'm just gonna stick to my excuse on blaming this fucking third-party controller. I try and move slightly. So I do the little walk. It doesn't always do it. And that's how you know you're a pro gamer. Everything else is your... It's everything but your own fault. I thought this is where I get the zombie face mask. Or was that later? Oh, Metal Gear Solid 5, you control them, but they get wise to it and start wearing body armor and all that. So when you take on later missions, it gets a lot harder to do that sort of shit. And now to do what you always do in this game, you clean your uniform by doing this. You're the best kind of bad stealth game player. Cheeky little dick waffle. I'm sticking to it. I want to get a new controller because this controller is ass.
You must be Sokolov. Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
I'm pretty sure if I could accuse this controller of lagging, I would.
Your CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word.
If you agree David Hayter should come back as Snake in the future,
no time for this.
be sure to
get me out
hit
of
that
here
like
before we
button,
arrive.
and if you're not subscribed already, do so.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his
I
power
cannot
base
find
is
a
rapidly crumbling
decent
away.
PS3 controller for a price I'm willing to pay.
Is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this
Now that
plot is
Hideo is no
Colonel
longer involved,
Volgin
I say
of
the
Gru.
chances are inhorrible.
He has
provided
control
Konami
over
makes
another secret weapons research facility much like this
Well,
one.
they've had him
OKB
come back for
812,
Snake in
known
Smash
as
Bros.
the
and
Chronic
Bomberman.
Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here
All I'm
and use
saying-
it as leverage in his bid for power.
And if Metal Gear 5 was the way that they were going to continue, I would have, as much as I love Metal Gear, I would not have continued with the series.
That they are going to make
5 is not a good game. Well, it is a good game, it's not a good Metal Gear game.
The soldiers outside.
Metal Gear needs to be linear, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I also prefer linear Zelda
They wouldn't
games.
need that many men just to
Breath of the
keep
Wild
me
is
inside.
not that impressive.
Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me.
From an
Even if it meant killing me
open
in the
world
process,
game standpoint,
so it would seem.
yeah. But shrines don't make up for a dungeon. Sacred beasts are no replacement for a
Volgin
dungeon.
will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here.
Twilight
before
Princess is still my... Yeah,
it to
Twilight
me.
Princess is my favourite modern Zelda game.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America is truly a
It is
frightening
possible you don't
country.
like open world games. No.
Having second thoughts.
I love Assassin's Creed.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Morrowind. Oblivion. Dragon Age. I just don't think certain games are suited for open world.
This is Snake. Sokolov
Like
is safe
Saints
with
Row,
me.
I'd rather play
He's
Saints
doing
Row than
fine.
GTA.
No injuries.
Good work,
Well, that's because
Snake.
of how batshit
Now hurry up
crazy
and
it
get
is.
Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the
Certain
sentry?
games just didn't work well with
I had to kill
Gears of War 5.
There was no other way.
The
But no
semi-open
one will
areas
know
of
we
Gears of
were
War 5
involved.
weren't horrible.
I see.
What about the boss?
It was a bit like what
We
they did
lost
with
contact
Metal
with
Gear.
the boss
Metal
sometime
Gear.
What happened?
Resident Evil 5.
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
My biggest problem with fucking Gears of War 5 was how glitchy and buggy it was. That game was near enough fucking unplayable. They should not have released Gears of War 5 in that state. I think one of the rumours is, and I hope it's not true, is Halo Infinite is going to be open world.
Freeze!
I think, what was it? Ground Zeroes was done better than Metal Gear Solid 5 as a whole. That little base, you could tackle it any way you want. That was good. I'd have rather have been loads of those rather than big open world.
Huh? We meet at last.
Gears of War 5
You!
was so good.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
That game was Peace Walker 2.
He's the Ocelot commander.
Yep.
That's major.
I'd have rather had Ground Zeroes, like size bases.
Don't you forget.
Maybe with slight linear paths in between. Kind of like Metal Gear Solid.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
You had how to get in, there were multiple ways to get in. You had...
What?
To the tanker place. Oh, this is the weirdest thing ever. When he goes... Is it here he does it? Yeah. I take it you like Ocelot.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take
Freeze
cover.
ray. Young Ocelot specifically. So Josh Keaton version.
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
There it is. If Halo Infinite is open world, I'm waiting. Oh, does that mean you're buying it? You did say you're gonna get it, man.
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Halo Infinite's going to be a Game Pass game if they keep it going then. No, when you said younger Ocelot, I'm on about Josh Keaton version, or does that include the Troy Baker version in fight. Even though you see him for like 10 minutes. Halo 1, 2, and 3 is a story arc, then 4, 5. Yeah. 360, 1. Yeah, true. 95. I don't include. I did not like Halo 5. That was fucking Call of Halo. Halo 4 and 5 should be developed side by side, so.
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart.
I don't think we could have developed 4 and 5 side by side because you had 343 developing their first Halo game. Yeah, you had some Bungie employees, but it was an entirely new studio.
Absorb the recoil.
They needed to learn.
That's more of a revolver.
And sadly, they decided to turn it into a Destiny Call of Duty hybrid.
Filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty.
I know a lot of people still lord over Halo 3. I went back and replayed that recently. That game does not hold up in the slightest. Yeah, main reason they didn't kill Chief off is because Halo would not sell without Chief.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you alright?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to
I think they
Sokolov.
tried shifting away from Chief with 5 and putting
KGB
Spartan
GRU,
Locke
between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
at the forefront of that because you play as him 75% of the game.
Hunted by GRU?
Halo
Snake,
5 is
sounds like
atrocious.
this could be
I
even
really don't
hotter
like that
than
game.
Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree.
Halo 4
You
is my
better hurry.
favorite in the series, though.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Treachery Blazed Out is the fortune release. That game does not hold up at all. Compared to all the older Star Wars games, I'd say it's one of the ones that holds up the best, Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2. Because if you don't, then you... Like, I honestly don't think Knights of the Old Republic hold up that well. But when it comes to BioWare, I'm kind of biased since Jade Empire is one of the best games that has ever been made. And they need to hurry up and give me a goddamn Jade Empire 2. Or a remake of the first one. And if no one's played Jade Empire, and you've got an Xbox One, buy Jade Empire. paradox, even though I kind of want to do that. I'm sorry, Starkiller is not a character, he's a plot device. His personality really doesn't change much from Sith to Jedi. Why should it? He's an angsty person, kind of like that. He's been abused and betrayed his entire life. And then when he comes a Jedi, I don't think he should have gone all happy-go-lucky. He still has hatred in his heart. He's embraced the light side of the Force, but he hasn't let go of the dark side fully. Sarkis, because of how torturous his training was, should have been an unhinged madman. If you want to see him go unhinged madman, you need to play the collector's edition or the DLC, where he is
the best crew has to
Darth
offer.
Starkiller.
They're coming for me.
Finish Jade Empire.
I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask.
While you're at it, making a new Jade Empire, give me a new Jade cocoon. All the things Jade.
That's what they were making you build.
Shagohod.
The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
The point in the game where shit starts getting weird. And you remember you're playing Metal Gear. Kuwabara.
Boss?
Oh, getting her outfit's gonna be annoying.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets?
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
Super good. I love Jade Empire.
We will fight with you
That
once
has to
more.
be my favourite BioWare game.
Welcome back.
Favourite stage in Kingdom Hearts.
Now that all
How
5
we
of us
tell?
are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
But that's because Nightmare Before Christmas is my favourite movie of all time.
It's raining blood.
And I still refuse to accept it's a Disney movie.
Is he crying?
Kuwabara.
Agrabah was annoying.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my
I remember
hosts.
when they first showed the Man on
Recoilless
Fire
nuclear
from
warheads.
MGS5. All the theories about how it was and
These will
wasn't
make a
Volgan.
fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples?
Yeah, Agrabah was annoying as fuck.
Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too
What,
pure for
Kuwabara?
us cobras.
I used to know what it meant.
He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Let me use my favourite passive-aggressive phrase.
Think you
Let
can
me
pull the
Google that
trigger?
for you. Okay, Kuwabara literally means mulberry field. It's like someone saying knock on wood. Huh.
He's seen my face.
I heard voice to text.
We can't let him live.
Google assistant, fuck off.
If
Mulberry
Khrushchev
bush.
finds out about this, we're finished.
Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush.
He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him.
Seeing him do that kind of reminds me of... Oh, what's his
Jack,
fucking name? The guy that's
you
put in the
can't
barrel
come
later on
close.
in the game. Is it Granin? You're just constantly punching that barrel, then knocks it flying up in the air and you see the body come out. I think it's Granin. Oh, David Hayter. As much as I love your voice in Snake, that scream is pathetic.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Yes, ability's got an anime cool factor. Are you saying we could potentially see Volgin in Battle Arena to Shinden? Is he that anime cool? In fact, yeah, I reckon he could. Since he can make electricity and all that sort of shit. Every time he strikes, you see like a electric blade.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before.
I still think Battle Arena Shinden 2 is the best in the series. I don't know why.
Major.
There's just something about that game.
She's defected.
That's my
favorite. We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go.
First,
open the survival
why
door
was
with the
I
start
just
button.
thinking? Yeah, the kernel
If you
isn't the
select cure,
sharpest
you
tool
can start
in
the
the
treatment. Healing
He's
is
more
divided
like a
into
blunt
treatment
axe.
using medicine with the
I
item
wouldn't say
window
that to his
button,
face though,
and
because he would
surgical
knock
treatment
you
using
the
the weapon
fuck
window
out.
button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms.
Or would
right
use you as a
elbow, and abdomen.
replacement for
They
Rydenovich.
need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body.
Okay, I'm not listening
Once
to
you've
this.
selected the affected area, hold the weapon
It's at
window
this
button
point
and
I'm like,
use the
okay,
left stick to select the
I
metal
already know how to do all this. So begins the inventory management. He'd kill you accidentally because he's an idiot with no input control. I forgot how I discovered it, but if you do partial heals, that actually boosts your health. That crack! Oh! It's anything when you hear that crack. It's like when you see someone get kicked in the nuts. For some reason, you have to grab your own because you can feel that pain.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
I hope that new cable comes soon. Sai has a cable for my Xbox because apparently the breakaway cable part went missing. Because the original Xbox had that fucking stupid breakaway cable.
Shagohod.
I mean, the most cringy achievement in any video game is the needle to Space 2. Yeah. That was a bit of a moment. Dead Space 1 and 2 are so good. They fucked up royally with 3. But I blame EA on that completely. Because they wanted to add in microtransactions and multiplayer. Great co-op game, but it's pay to win.